We are meeting after a long interval, summer vacation, and as I told you, I hope you had a good time. Now let's back on track. Things are going to be okay. Very soon school will be reopened. Today I have decided to explain you a very beautiful chapter. The name itself, the title itself say a truly beautiful mind. What does it mean? Truly beautiful mind. If I ask you one question, whose mind you feel that it is truly beautiful? Want to share your views? If you want to share your views, I will unmute you. Okay, you are allowed to speak. Unmute yourself and speak up. Whose mind, according to you, is truly beautiful? Say something, share your views. Yes, Zara, a child's. Okay, truly beautiful. His heart is pure. Okay, there is no jealousy, no negative emotion, but mind, I'm talking about brain here. People who have positive mind. Very good, Divya. Positive mind. Intelligence, some kind of quality of intelligence. Yes, inborn quality some of them are having. That's a God's gift. So today we will be talking about really a wonderful personality, Albert Einstein. Have you heard his name? I think you all know about him. Albert Einstein. You know about him or
Yes,
not?
ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell me, what do you know about him? His
Scientist.
theory of
Ma'am, he was a great
Relativity.
scientist.
great scientist,
Ma'am, theory
physicist.
of relativity.
Very good.
This
Theory
theory of
of
relativity.
relativity. Yes, very good. I think your physics teacher will explain you because okay, I can also little bit explain you, but it will be better if you ask your physics teacher to explain you the theory of relativity. So that's why. And he was not only a scientist, but he was a peace lover who believed strongly in peace, brotherhood, harmony, because he actually acted like a world leader who also simply encouraged this kind of brotherhood among all the citizens. He was a German Jew, and that's why when there was Second World War and that Hitler Nazis occupation, what happened? He moved to America, and there he
Yes, ma'am.
started working on this. So before starting the class, I would like to show you one small video. Okay, one small video on his life, that how he actually, what did he do? A very nice animated, hardly of 10 minutes. I hope you will enjoy it. So let me start the video. Okay, children, you will tell me whether the voice is clear or not. Hmm? Okay, who is still talking? Let me mute yourself. 1 minute. You will not make any noise, my dear children. Okay.
Fantastic.
Hmm.
He was also a husband
Okay, you will
and a
raise your
father.
hands
But
if the
first,
sound is
he was a
audible
little
or
boy.
not. Tell
Do
me.
you want to hear more about
Sound
him?
audible, screen visible, no problem?
Fantastic. He was also
Okay,
a
very good.
husband
Then
and
enjoy
a
this
father.
movie.
But first, he was a little boy. Do you want to hear more about him? Fantastic. Albert Einstein was born in Germany in 1879, but moved to Switzerland when he was 4 years old. He had a mother, a father, and a sister named Maya. That sounds like my name, but it is not spelled the same. When he was a little boy, Albert would focus on things he cared about, like building a house of cards 14 stories high. But when he wasn't interested in something, he was known to have a temper tantrum or two. Albert was fascinated by the compass his father gave him. Why does the needle always point north? He wondered. His curiosity grew and grew, just like he did. At school, Albert did not fit in with the other children. While he wanted to study how things worked, they wanted to play sports. He didn't like sports. His classmates laughed at him and called him names because of this and because he was Jewish. Albert did not get along with many of his teachers either. While he did well in subjects he liked, he simply ignored the subjects he did not like. One thing he really hated was memorization. Some of his teachers wondered if he was mentally challenged. They did not recognize how smart he really was. He will never get anywhere in life, one teacher said. Albert ignored his teacher's prediction. Instead of letting it get him down, he simply focused on what he loved, math and science. Albert also loved music. He spent hours practicing his violin and playing music from his favorite composers. His home was often filled with the music of Mozart and Beethoven, played skillfully on a violin Albert named Alina. When he was 12 years old, Albert received a geometry book. He studied the shapes, angles, points, and lines, and then moved on to even harder books on mathematics. His friend Max Talmud, who was a medical student, couldn't keep up with all Albert was learning. Soon the flight of his mathematical genius was so high, Max said, that I could no longer follow. After his family moved to Italy when Albert was 15, he quit school altogether. But when he tried to enroll in the Polytechnic Institute, a college in Zurich, Switzerland, he was turned down because he didn't have a high school diploma. Albert worked hard and received his diploma and was finally accepted into the institute. After he graduated, he tried to find a job teaching at a university, but again, he wasn't able to do what he'd planned. In 1902, he got a job at the Swiss Federal Patent Office in Bern, Switzerland. This was an ideal position for him. As an Expert 3 class, his job was to study all sorts of new inventions. He fell in love, got married, and became a father. As he got older, his intelligence was recognized all over the world. But Albert Einstein didn't see himself as anyone special, and he certainly did not want fame. When newspaper and magazine writers asked him questions, his answers were simple. Once he said, "I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious." Another time he said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world." Which do you think is more important, knowing things or having a good imagination? It wasn't just his knowledge and imagination that made Albert special. It was also his love of people, particularly children. He had warm eyes and a hearty laugh, and would often stop to talk to children in the street. If Albert heard of someone in need, he was quick to go and help them. One thing he hated most was when people were mean to other people because of the color of their skin or their religion. He also hated poverty. After he was famous, he often charged photographers to take his picture, and then he sent the money to feed children who were hungry and suffering. Even though he was one of the most famous scientists of the 20th century, he was mostly a humble, curious, and kind man. When people talk about him, they often refer to a discovery he made in 1905. E equals mc squared. E equals mc squared is a mathematical formula and is called the theory of relativity. It is an equation that shows the relationship between energy and matter. Even though he won the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921, he often seemed like a child at heart. His granddaughter, Evelyn Einstein, said this about her grandfather: "He never lost his childlike awe of the universe, nor did he feel restricted by having to behave like an adult." In 1933, he moved to the United States, where he became a citizen 7 years later. Despite his wild hair, baggy clothes, and unkempt appearance, he was well respected, and in 1999, Time magazine named him the Person of the Century. I guess the teacher who said he would never get anywhere in life was wrong, wasn't she? Albert Einstein was a man who knew all about success and failure. He once said, "Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new." Do you believe that? Are you willing to try something new, even if you might make a mistake? If one of the world's most famous scientists was willing to make a few mistakes, maybe we should all be willing to make some as well. Albert Einstein was one of the world's most famous scientists. He was also a husband and a father.
So how was the story? Did you like the story? Did you enjoy the movie? Because now we are, yes, Shreya, very good. Very good, Priyanshu. Very good. I hope you all liked it. Very good. So now we are going to start the chapter. You have a little bit idea about him, although he's a famous personality and you know a lot about him. But through this beautiful story, as the name itself reflects, a truly beautiful mind.
House of
I think
Cards.
screen is visible, my dear
10
children.
stories high.
Please raise your hand so that
But
I will
if
get
he
a
wasn't
confirmation.
interested in something, he was
Okay,
known
very
to have a
good.
temper tantrum or
So
two.
now, what was my purpose? Why did I show you this
Albert was
small
fascinated
animated
by the
movie?
compass his father gave him.
Because I strongly
Why
feel,
does
like
the
any other
needle always
scientist
point
would have
north?
felt
He wondered.
here as a teacher,
His
that
curiosity
seeing has
grew
more
and grew,
effect
just like he
than
did.
listening. So I showed you this movie. Now you know
At
little
school,
bit about him.
Albert did not
We
fit
all
in with
know
the other
Albert
children.
Einstein.
While
Now it
he
is
wanted
clear he
to
was the
study how
man of
things worked,
century.
they wanted
And
to
his
play
theory of
sports. He
relativity
didn't like
was
sports. His
unanimously
classmates laughed at
accepted
him
by
and
the
called him names
entire
because of
scientist
this and
fraternity.
because he was
Okay,
Jewish.
why the title reflects a truly
Albert did
beautiful
not get
mind?
along with
What
many
does
of
it
his
mean?
teachers either.
What
While he did
the
well in subjects he liked, he simply ignored the
okay.
subjects he did not like.
Viraj,
One
don't
thing
ask
he
these
really
questions now. I will
hated
answer
was
you later
memorization.
on, once the class will be over. That
Some of his teachers
definitely one
wondered
thing
if
will
he was
come to your
mentally
mind,
challenged.
that why a
They did
truly
not
beautiful
recognize how
mind.
smart he really
He is
was.
intelligent, he is
He will never get
unmatchable.
anywhere in
But
life,
it
one
means
teacher
that
said.
we are not only going to read about a scientist,
Albert didn't
rather
doubt his
we are
teacher's
going
prediction.
to read
Instead of
about a
letting it get him down,
humanitarian,
he simply focused on
a
what he
person
loved:
who
math
advocated
and
world
science.
peace, non-violence,
Albert
brotherhood,
also loved music.
harmony,
He spent
Okay.
hours practicing his violin and playing music from his favorite composers.
Movie sound is still
His
coming.
mind was often
Okay,
filled with
1
the
minute.
music of Mozart
1
and
minute,
Beethoven.
children.
Played skillfully on a violin Albert named Alina.
Okay. Thank you. Now it's okay? No sound is coming? All well? Hopefully. Yes. Okay, good. Thank you. So basically, what I was telling you, that we are not only going to read about a beautiful mind, we are also going to read about a human who was a world peace lover, a man who believed in, as I told you again and again, brotherhood. You will remember these words: non-violence, peace, harmony. And that is why the writer writes about him, a truly beautiful mind. Now, if I say, who do you think of when you hear the word genius? Who is a genius? What qualities do you think a genius has? Can you tell me? Write it in chat box. What you feel? What kind of quality a genius can have? Yes. Who is genius according to you? The one who knows everything. Yes, Vishnu, Manvendra, he always try to learn everything. Yes. Interesting. Anyone, a teacher is genius. No, beta. Yeah, they are. But teacher means the one who keep on learning. These days also I read a lot, because if I have to anyone, what did he say? If you have seen that movie nicely, at the end of the movie, you saw that one should never leave one's curiosity mind. Curious mind is always a genius mind, according to me. Means that doesn't matter what is your age, or maybe if you feel that, yeah, I have done my post graduation, now I don't need to learn anything. Oh, I have joined a job, why do I need to learn anything? No, till your last breath, one should try to learn things. Shivangi says a genius should have knowledge, honesty, enthusiasm. Yes, Shivangi, enthusiasm in a positive manner. That means he should try. Yes, very good answers. That he should try to learn till its end. Apurva says traits tends to think about problems. Very good. So basically, genius is a combination of obviously a fine brain, curiosity. That means curious behavior, inquisitivity. You can say. Then should always be ready to adapt things. He should always be ready to accept it. He should never feel fulfilled that, yeah, I know everything, because no human being can claim that he knows everything. Not even the great scientist, there is still so many things that we don't know. So he is genius. So my dear children, this is actually a great teaching lesson for you, that if you, the day you will feel, oh, mera padhai khatam, now I'm in 9th standard, I know everything about this particular subject, that means you will become stagnant, and stagnancy is the end of life, है ना? So that is very important. Now, we shall now read about a young German civil servant who took the world by storm when 100 years ago, about 100 years ago, in the summer of 1905, the 26-year-old published in quick succession 4 groundbreaking papers about light, the motion of particles, the electrodynamics of moving bodies, the energy. His work took up only a few pages in scientific journals, but changed forever our understanding of space, time, and entire cosmos, and transformed the name Einstein into a synonym for genius. Yes, see how great that man was, that if you want to call someone genius, you can also call him, hey, don't think that you are an Einstein. Oh, he is an Einstein of our class. That means his name becomes synonym, that you can call a genius boy that, oh, he's the Einstein of our class. That means he's the genius boy of our class. just a great personality. 50 years after his death, Albert Einstein genius still reigns. Still, that's why he has been awarded. Okay, Mr. Vashishth Narayan. Very good, Divya Rani. Our Bihar late Vashishth Narayan Singh had challenged Einstein's special theory of relativity. Yes, I know Vashishth Narayan, the great mathematician. We should be proud of him. But unfortunately, India is a place, I don't know why government is not supporting these great leaders, these great personalities, these great genius brains. Anyway, but still it is unanimously approved that his theory was working. You can have a conversation with your physics teacher, they will elaborate his ideas to you. Okay, because as a language teacher, I won't be able to tell you the scientific terms. Now, let us begin this story. You know, Albert Einstein, you know a little bit about him, but still it is important to learn. Albert Einstein was born on 14th March 1879 in the German city of Ulm, without any indication that he was destined for greatness. Obviously, destined here means fate, predetermined, maybe. So when God actually decides, when somebody comes or he is born in a family, at that moment, nobody knows that this man or this person, this baby is going to be a great personality one day. Who knows at that time? So nobody noticed that who has come to this earth. They simply thought that, yeah, one baby was born in a family. And he was Albert Einstein, and we all know that he was born on 14th March 1879. On the contrary, on the contrary, his mother thought Albert was a freak. Why? That you will come to know. Freak. So, in fact, nobody ever was knowing that one great scientist, it was born and in that family. Rather, his mother thought that he is a freak. That means he is something different, unusual. He doesn't behave like a normal person. Obviously, why will he behave like a normal person when he is not? So, but they started feeling that he's abnormal, but they were not knowing that he is abnormal, but in a positive sense, not in negative sense. To her, his head seemed much too large. Yes. So rather, Albert's mother, she thought that he was a freak, and his head is abnormal. He is not like any other fellow. He is lesser intelligent, maybe not more intelligent. He wasn't, because his behavior, the way of talking, it was not normal. He was different from other children. At the age of 2.5, Einstein still wasn't talking. Now, this could be a reason. Mother thought that he is slow. He is a slow learner. He is not talking like any other fellow. Einstein did not know what to do with other children. Yes, that was also another problem. That his was, as he told, that his head was little big, and at the age of 2.5, still wasn't talking. He started talking when he was 2.5 years of age. And you know, when he finally did learn to speak, he uttered everything twice. Uttered means spoke. So these were the reason that his mother was always feeling that her son is not normal. Speaking everything twice, it was not a healthy sign. Why is he speaking everything twice when everyone is ready to listen him? Einstein did not know what to do with other children, and his playmates called him brother boring. Now, as he was not like any other normal child, what was the reason? Other children, they did not find him interesting because he was not playing them with them. He was not playing those childish games with them. And so he is, because he's always remained to himself. He is always stick to his own ideas. He did not play, he did not talk. And you know, one very nice and interesting anecdote is here, the small story. Otto Neberger, the historian of ancient mathematics, told a story about the boy Einstein that he characterizes as a legend but that seems fairly authentic. Why? Because when he was as he was a late talker, because till 2.5 years he did not speak a single word. His parents thought that, oh God, he didn't know how to talk. Maybe some problem he is having, some voice modulation problem, or maybe something with his tongue, or maybe that entire thing. But what happened one day, his obviously parents were worried. At last, at the supper table one day, the family was having dinner. The family dinner was going on. He broke his silence to say, the very first sentence he uttered, he spoke while having dinner with his family member at when he was 2.5 years old. And what was that sentence? The soup is too hot. Greatly relieved, his parents asked why he had never said a word before. Albert replied, because up to now everything was in order. So you can simply come to the conclusion that this man was extraordinary. He did not speak for 2.5 years. Why? Because things were in order. There was no problem. Whatever he would have desired, everything was before him. He did not find anything troublesome. So, since things were okay, why will he say something? He preserved his energy. It was said that if you are not talking, that means you are preserving your energy, because those who talk much, they are actually destroying their positivity, their energy. But that's not true. Sometimes it is important to speak, but since he was a different fellow, extraordinary person, that was so. For the very first time, he spoke while having dinner with his family, and that was the first sentence was, the soup is too hot, because the soup was, he was not able to eat the soup. So anyway, till then, people call him, his mother including, that he is not a normal child, maybe a slow learner, maybe a freak, whatever you call him. His friends used to call him brother boring, since he was not playing naturally with them, he was not speaking, and that was the thing. So the youngster played by himself. Now, obviously, no one was ready to play with him. So the child, Albert, as a child, decided to play by himself much of the time. So he is playing with himself only. He especially loved mechanical toys. Yes. So right from the beginning, his childhood, if you see, he was very much interested in mechanical toys. You know, in this manner, you can say that these toys were actually these machineries, these automatic machineries were actually attracting him. So one can have an idea that this boy is going to be different. Looking at his newborn sister Maya, he is said to have said, fine, but where are her wheels? We know why he said so. When his sister was born and he looked at her, he could not see her feet. Obviously, she was a small baby. And so he started wondering where the baby's wheels were. That means the feet of the baby, since the baby is not also able to move. So he was actually curious to know that if the baby is not having a feet or a wheel, how she will be able to walk. As Albert Einstein used to play with toys, and all the toys had a set of wheels. To him, Maya seemed to be a toy too. And so he might have thought, okay, that she should have wheels also. Because Maya was a small baby, he thought that, oh, it's a kind of doll, but this doll without wheels. A headmaster once told his father that what Einstein chose as a profession wouldn't matter. Why? Because he will never make a success at anything. What a negative remark from a teacher. You know, teacher, they should never speak like this. The headmaster of his school, he told his father that don't worry about Einstein, because he will never be successful in his life. Whatever profession he is going to choose, whether he will become a scientist, doctor, engineer, teacher, whatever he will become. But one thing I can assure you, that he will never become successful. Can you expect such a negative remark from a teacher? No, not at all. Teachers are supposed to be role models, torch bearers, motivators. How can a teacher? I have never seen any teacher in my, even in my teaching fraternity. Maybe we are annoyed. We scold our children. We say, oh, you are the disturbing fellow. But this remark, this is so, I will simply say that any teachers, they should never speak negative things like this, that he will never become success. You never know the quality of a human being. And see, today the entire world is mocking. Maybe that teacher is, obviously the teacher is no more, but we all are mocking at him, that how he spoke these ill words for such a great person. You never know. Maybe he's a slow learner, but what kind of quality he might be possessing, we don't know. But that was the thing. Einstein began learning to play the violin at the age of 6 because his mother wanted him to. He later became a gifted amateur violinist, maintaining this skill throughout his life. Oh, what a combination of brain. That means scientific genius and artistic creativity. So his mother, she found that something is very different about this boy. So she decided that he should learn this, playing an instrument. My dear children, if you play an instrument, if you know how to play an instrument, it's actually very good. Because if you are a person who is having that scientific brain, but simultaneously, you should also have that artistic creativity in yourself. Then only you will become a complete personality, a good combo of brain and heart. So, and you know what happened? He was so skilled in that violin playing also that he became amateur violinist. That means he was not paying charge, asking for money, but he is whenever he is being asked to play violin, he was going, and he maintained this skill throughout his life, the entire life. Whenever he was having any problem, maybe he used to play. Wherever he was going, he used to play this violin, not as a profession, but as a hobby. He loved to play violin. Despite being a great scientist, he still loved to play violin. And as I told you, not as a hobby, sorry, not as a profession. He was not charging money, but as a hobby. Okay.